saying? Like Iraq, oh my God, dude. When I went to Iraq, just taking a shit was taken for granted, bro, here
Yeah.
in the US.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
you know. But that's what I'm saying. Naturally, they don't see the other part of it, but they don't want to deal with what we do.
Uh-huh.
You know, because a lot of times the Western civilization is considered taboo.
Yeah.
You know, we are looked at like, oh, well, you don't want to be like the Americans.
No, yeah, we're not what we think we are.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no.
Because if you sit there and there's news outlets you can go on to like and listen to other countries that post their news, they bash the U.S., bro.
Yeah, they do, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, honestly, man, and I've said it before, and I've had people comment on it, but we're not a first world country.
No,
We are not.
no.
We like to think we are,
Oh yeah,
but we aren't.
yep. And
Yeah.
that was, that was one thing I said. You know, when I was in the service, the day you had to sit there and kneel and blah blah, and I regret saying that. I really do now,
Yeah.
because I was in a different mindset. Naturally, I was on that. I was in a different mind, bro. My mind wasn't right, but it's just crazy now how things have changed. My opinions have changed on a lot of things, so you grow.
Yep.
I was younger. It's an old saying, and I'm going to say it. Hopefully we don't get in trouble, but it's like they say, you were young, dumb, full of cum.
Yeah. There's only one thing on your mind.
You know what I'm saying? So naturally your mindset's change. And like they say, you grow with wisdom. The older you get, the wiser you get.
It's part of life, man.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
that's what I'm saying. This stuff here that what we're talking about now I think it was mainly to help us grow.
Yep.
Economically, money. The money's a totally different thing, dude. How we were taking off. The U.S. was taking off the gold standard. And just the currency we got now, and that's a whole nother fucking dog.
Which at that time people thought it was a good thing.
Yeah, well, of course they
now,
sold it.
Which we know now.
Well, they
it's
sold
not.
it though.
Yeah.
They sold it, and if you look, that the central banking system was actually there's three parts. Well, there was three of them or whatever, and there was a few presidents that beat them. It was Andrew Jackson beat him one, and then there was another president that got rid of it. But there's still that one, that old turd still.
Well, see, NWO. People think it's coming. It's coming. No, it's right there.
It's been here.
Yeah, it started right there.
Yeah, and they're slowly integrating people. And then, but see, that's what like I said in one of our other previous podcasts. They're not just gonna say that we didn't tell you. We told you.
Oh yeah.
Look at Joey. He came out and fucking rambled on, whatever. He said it. There's been a lot of people coming out and hinted at it. So it's not like they're lying to you.
Nope.
And that's how they're going to play it off, to say, we never lied to y'all.
You voted for it.
You voted for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, a lot of people have lost, and dude, it's just another way to keep people not knowing what the fuck is going on.
Yep. Well, I've gotten into quite a few arguments on TikTok about it, man, and
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, man. So I know there's people out there like, you argue on the internet. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
It's a valid fucking argument.
Yeah, of course.
So the mark of the beast, that's one that keeps coming up, bro. Now they're talking about cryptocurrency being part of it, the chip.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. Me personally, I don't think so, because you can't have it both ways, bro.
No.
You can't live the old life, the old ways, the old lifestyle, and still prosper with the new shit.
No.
You can't. You're gonna have to give something up.
Well, see, and that's, yeah, you want, so, like we said, our generation, we're millennials, right? We're considered millennials. But they also came out and said that there's two types of millennials.
Yeah.
Us, and then the ones that are so untuned with what's going on.
Yeah.
So naturally, like I said, we're not going to see that. We're not going to see the effects of this. We just won't, because we're still, like you said, in tune with the old times.
Yep.
So that's where, if they want to go with this thing full scale, they have to go with the generation that don't necessarily dig into it as much.
Yep. Yep. They got to find who to do it with.
Yeah, and they're going to.
Oh no, yeah, they already know.
Yeah.
They already know. For example, let's say They say, okay, now this is amongst themselves. This isn't something they're going to put out.
Mm-hmm.
They can sit there and say, by the year 2050, we'll have completed this phase, this stage.
Mm-hmm.
We'll already be this far. We'll have this much, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because they go in stages. And now, and we've talked about it before. The crazy thing is the people that are involved in all this, how can they not come out and say, hey, this is fucking wrong? You know?
I can tell you why.
Because they're getting paid a lot of money.
That's
you
exactly.
Know? Yes.
And they're taking care of their own.
And yeah, exactly. And then at the end of the day, that's what we all do.
Yeah.
We look out for our family, for our well-being. You know, it doesn't mean we can't get along. Doesn't mean you have to be selfish about it, because in that process too, you can help others.
Yeah.
You know, but they've already got the shit planned out.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there was this one guy that said, "Oh, the mark of the beast is going to be the chip." No, it's not. You know, it's going to be great because again, we've talked about it before. We like anything that makes our lives easier.
Yep. Convenient.
Yes. So if putting a chip in your on your hand or wherever they decide they want to put it means you don't have to carry around a credit card, a debit card, your license, your insurance, none of that shit. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
Yeah, because then you don't have to worry about, damn, I forgot my wallet, you know, or I don't want somebody fucking stealing my credit card or none of that.
Yeah.
You know, there is good to it too.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
But
You know, but then you got those people that were brought up a different way or that believe in a way and say, no, that's the mark of the beast, you know, that's against God's will. But how do we know?
we don't know.
We don't.
No.
Where in the Bible does it say, do not implant a chip in your arm?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's in the Bible that everybody does.
Yes.
All the time.
And I've actually kind of looked into this, and I'm not a professional, and I haven't studied any of this or stuff, but I read, and it's not word for word, but God is the one that allows these things to happen.
Right.
You know, if He wants you to be poor, you're going to be fucking poor. You know,
Yeah.
one way or another.
Yeah.
If He wants you to be successful, now the Bible does say God helps those who help themselves.
Right.
You know, and you can pick and choose whatever you want. But we talked about it in another episode. How much of this does He really let go on?
Right.
How much of this is our own doing? Maybe this is our own doing, and He's letting us fuck it up.
Yeah.
And in the end, there's only one place we're going to be able to go.
Yeah.
You know. So I do like to argue when people start talking about Revelations and the beast, and I tell them, no, this isn't Revelations. This isn't the mark of the beast. This is just civilization advancing.
Yeah. But naturally, like you said, and you know, and then we've talked about it too. It's a change.
Yep.
And nobody likes change, bro.
No, not for the most part. No, I
Nope.
know I don't.
I don't like it.
You know, and it's not that I don't like it. It's that I have to figure out how it benefits not just me,
Yeah.
but what I look at it as a whole picture.
Right. Exactly. And I think now a lot of people have gotten to the point where their energy, and like we've talked about energy too, is just so jaded, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I think a lot of the problems come about. You know, I'm not saying that I'm all full-fledged about, because I don't want to put a fucking chip in me.
No, I mean I don't either.
But I mean, if it's one of them, you either gonna do it, you're gonna deflect it for so long,
Eventually, you're gonna have to.
and then eventually you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have
You
to.
get what I'm saying? Just like the other stuff that's
Well,
been going around.
A good thing is these phones. How many people fought it? I don't want one of them piece of shit phones. You know, it's gonna break in your pocket, and I'd rather have my flip phone. And now look at them.
Guess what? They have the latest and greatest.
And they won't have nothing but.
Yep.
You know, my dad was one of those guys. He held on to his flip phone till he could.
Yep.
And then I finally told him, Dad, get you one of these. Nah, fuck those phones.
Yeah.
Why? Is this gonna break? And my dad, he carries his phone in his front pocket.
Right.
That's the way he does it. And he's dropped phone after phone after phone. And I would tell him, get you one of these. If he finally got it, I couldn't get him off of it. And I'd call him and say, what are you doing? I was on YouTube. I was like, that's what I'm
Yeah,
at. You
yeah.
know?
He was integrated.
And a lot of it is just that, you know, especially, you know, the older generations, they're afraid of stuff like that because they think they're going to break it.
Yeah.
You know, because they got rough hands.
Yeah.
Because they do.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, there was a lot of hard labor back then.
Yeah,
too,
you know,
bro.
and you know, they'd poke at it with their finger,
like
you're supposed to wake up and talk to them, bro.
like you see the older cats when they would type.
Yeah,
they're over there.
Pecking at the keyboard.
Yeah. Versus those gifts where you're like,
like a cat.
like a cat. You know. So naturally, but that just shows how things have evolved within time, and people have a hard time evolving with it.
Yeah.
And I know I hate to say it, we are going to be those people when this stuff takes off.
Yeah. Who knows what we're going to see?
Yeah, we don't fucking know.
You know, crypto is one of them. Again, you know, if the government's made their mind up and we're going to cryptocurrency, we're going to cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it just takes time.
What are you going to do? Take your money out of the bank?
Where are you going to put it?
And what are you going to do with it? You're going to have to convert it.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yep.
You know, not that I like it, you know, but if this is where we're going, this is where we're going.
Yeah. You can't fight it.
No, I didn't buy into the shit.
I mean, you could promise that if you could take, like you're saying, you could take all your money out of the bank.
Yeah.
It's that note still holds the same value as what these people are saying it is.
Exactly. It's not going to change anything.
Oh, and then on top of that, if you go, it's just like if we go to like we've both been to Mexico, right? Mm-hmm. Where you take the American dollar and they have their exchange rate.
Yep.
And then you get so much for a dollar.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do the same thing.
Yep.
You have $1,000 in US.
Yep.
This is going to equal out to this much in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Which I'm sure even just to sell it even more, they're going to say, by the way, we're going to throw in an extra
2%.
Whatever. Yeah.
Or your 8% to cover your taxes on things.
Something like that.
Because you know it's going to be taxed.
Yep.
There's always taxes, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also incorporated with that.
Yep. It is, dude. And, you know, these people like to talk about the seven-headed beast, the Antichrist, and all this. First of all, the Antichrist is not Obama. I don't think it is. Because in social media, that's a big thing. Obama didn't unite the people. He divided the people.
Fucking, yeah.
In Revelations, it says that the Antichrist will unite the world. The world.
Who is
not
that?
The United States. The world.
The world.
See, and we talked about that earlier. You know, we as the United States like to think of ourselves as high and mighty.
Yeah, top dog.
We're not.
No.
You know?
There's a clip. I don't want to pose on it. There was that movie. What's it called? Where Jeff Daniels pops off.
Oh, yeah.
It was a movie. What the fuck was it? Newsroom.
Yeah.
Newsroom. So if y'all have time and y'all listen to this podcast when it comes out, there's a clip, Jeff Daniels, and it's called Newsroom. And it's on YouTube. You can look it up. And he's in a college. Mm-hmm. Naturally, you know, they have their course, whatever they teach in college.
Yeah.
And it was a young girl. There were some guys up there, and they were asking, you know, whatever, and you know, and they asked him, "What makes America so great?" And fucking Jeff Daniels fucking goes off, bro. Mm-hmm. And he starts throwing statistics. He starts throwing some facts out there to this girl, and it definitely wasn't what those hosts wanted him to say, because there was a few seconds of just him just not wanting to talk.
She went on a rant, yeah.
So they were like, "Well, what do you think?" And he's just like, "Well,
yeah."
So naturally, like you said, you know, us as Americans or the U.S., we like to think, you know, we're up on the upper echelon, you know, like we are the gold standard. But nah, man, you know, if you sit there and think, and I'm not bashing our country because our country's great, but it could have improvements. But if you go and look at academics, you know, prisoners per capita, I mean, it's all out there. And if you look at that clip on YouTube,
I think we have the most prisons in the world.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing. When you look on social media, who's ranting about this shit, bro?
Nobody.
It's an American.
Yeah. You
don't see Europeans talking about the end of the world. You don't see Africans talking about the end of the world. Even though they may be starving over there, apparently. I've never been.
Yeah, I've never been either.
The media only shows you what they want. But those people aren't talking about it. South Americans ain't talking about it. The Canadians aren't even talking about it. You know?
Yeah.
Who is? The only ones that you see ranting about it, the Chinese sure as hell ain't talking about it. You know?
We got America in our pocket.
You know? The Japanese aren't talking about the end of the world. Why is it that we as Americans feel that we have to tell people what to feel and what to do? I think that's part of the government's training.
Yeah. Or another agency.
Exactly. You know? Yeah. You know, and that's one thing, you know, I try to tell these people when I do have a conversation with them, and I try to tell them, just stop and think.
Yeah.
You know, let go of the fear. Just stop and think, dude.
Yeah.
You know? Is Kamala Harris really the what do they call her? The whore of Babylon? No. She may have slept around.
Yeah.